Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome. It's always great to have new people. I'm gonna be getting ready to go soon, but I just wanted to kill time, so about to do a reading. All right, let's see. Okay, the star. Loving yourself is the best gift that you can ever give to you and to the world, okay? Okay, because being in a lack energy, you weren't made to come here to do that, okay? You weren't made to, and doing this will help you better your finances, be more driven. Just really do what's best for yourself. It will also help you release insecurities. It will help you get out of your head. It will help you get more sleep. It will just help you do what's best for you, really. 10. Angel number 10 is significant. Alright, what is the message here? Loving yourself is the best gift. Some of you guys need to put action towards self-love and self-care. Some of you guys are making progress when it comes to your self-love and care journey. Yes, you're setting boundaries. So some of you guys you're probably coming into this, I'm seeing inspiration. 8 minus 7 is giving me the Ace of Wands. Inspiration, starting something new. This chapter for you is going to be looking brand new. You can already be experiencing this. That's what I'm saying. For some of you guys, in order to really feel this or embody this, maybe you have to take certain steps to get here, like setting boundaries, putting action towards what can help you come into this energy. Okay, sometimes it's stepping into that feminine energy, right? Dressing yourself up, showering, whatever the case may be. You receive clarity on something. Maybe you receive clarity that loving yourself is the best love, is the best gift. So maybe that's why you started actually applying it. For some of you guys, you probably will resonate with this message whenever you're ready to hear it. Okay, but that's mainly what the messages are going to be about today. How loving yourself is the best gift that you can give to yourself and that you can give to the world. Okay. So keep setting boundaries, stand your ground, take action towards the things that you need to take, whether it's towards your dreams, whether it's towards doing what's best for you, acting on certain things like self-love, self-care. I already said it. I was trying to avoid saying it again, but I just had to. Okay? Yeah, going after your passions. Somebody could really have this. Yeah, somebody don't want to let you go as well. I wouldn't want to let you go either, honey. Okay? If I wasn't who I am, I wouldn't want to let you go either, because some of you guys are really giving Empress. You're really giving Emperor. So of course these people don't want to let go. They don't want to move on. Maybe some of you guys still have emotions for these people, or they still have emotions for you, and it's a lot of sexual energy. Ooh, you're very abundant, and you also have like a lump sum money coming in. Now this could take over the course of your journey. Like this may not be tomorrow you get $10 million, okay? But it's like you may accumulate this from years ago all the way up to in the future, right? This may be something that you're just going to be working on. I'm seeing maybe this is generational wealth, money from inheritance, building with family, whether it's a family that you create of your own, or whether it's a family that you were like born into. This is security, abundance. Maybe some of you guys are experiencing some type of hardship right now, poverty. Okay, you and maybe somebody else is close to you. Maybe you're struggling together with another person, but this is not going to be like this forever. This is temporary. Okay? Maybe that's why you have to take certain actions towards self, because a lot of times people think, well, in order to get my finances where I want them to be, I have to actually work. But we've already skipped the step to focus in on self. We were never taught that. We never learned that. We never got into that. So I feel like instead of focusing on the same thing that you've done your whole life, it's time to shift your reality, your mindset, and the things that you do. So when you're coming into this energy of self-love, setting boundaries, doing what you know you need to do for yourself, this is going to help attract the right people, wealth within your energy and within prosperity. Okay? Because what a irony, right? Or a cliche, right? In order to receive this, you don't necessarily have to, it's just given being at the right place at the right time, or being in the certain energy. It's mainly energy, I'm telling you, because it's gonna come to you. But I feel like you just have to be in your power and step into your power, because if you're feeling insecure, you may not go after things that you want to go after. You may not put yourself out there. You may not, you may settle, okay? So we don't want to do that. Y'all are not supposed to settle. You're really meant to expand. You're really lucky. You're really meant to live a life of abundance. So when you put yourself out there, you'll be surprised on the results. You may have tried to do it before and you probably didn't feel like you succeeded. But just because it happened to you before doesn't mean it'll happen again. And what's that song? If at first you don't succeed, hey, dust yourself up and try again. All right, period. Virgo energy is significant. This is the overall energy. This is the only major arcana that came out. So you guys are encouraged to, or you're currently in the energy of the Hermit, which is all about, it can mean many things. Some of you guys are probably in solitude, trying to find yourself, self-discovery, introspection. You may be doing shadow work, or like I said, you're being encouraged to do these things. You're going within. Yes. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are meant to step into this energy. Know that you have all the tools and resources that you need within. You just need to use that lantern. See that? In that darkness. And this is mainly figuratively. It's more like watering your personal garden, self-discovery, introspection. And a lot of times, in order to do this, you would have to be in solitude. So I feel like you're on the right path for those of you who are in solitude. And the end result is success in all areas of your life. You got to get out of your head. You got to think outside the box. You're the Queen of Pentacles and you're attracting a King of Wands. Maybe this is your current energy. If this is your current energy, you could be, this King of Wands could still be your energy, and the Queen of Pentacles could still be your energy. Or since it's court cards, meaning it's like personality, characteristics, actual people, then it could be you and another person. Feminine and masculine energy, earth energy, fire energy dynamic. It can be literally or figuratively, like meaning the energy just gives that. Now this King of Wands is all about work, right? Leadership. If this is your energy, you're being encouraged to step into a leadership role. All right. This is going to bring you like lots of abundance, and it's going to be something that you do effortlessly. If this is somebody else, ooh, the black lizard. I be seeing these. I don't know why I'm just now seeing this black lizard. I'm seeing bunnies, black lizard, which can tie to transformation and other stuff like that. But yeah, if this is somebody else, then they may be putting in some type of work in some type of way. Queen of Pentacles, and it can even be switched around. Maybe you're the King of Wands and somebody else is the Queen of Pentacles. Like gender fluid by all means. Like just because it's the king doesn't necessarily have to be a male. But a lot of times in traditional tarot, the King of Wands is a male that's at least 35 years or older, or whatever the case may be. But just apply the message to how it fits. I feel like the more that you're in your energy, the more that people are going to start being more attracted to you as well. You know how sometimes you think, oh, well, if I'm so obsessed with this person and if they know that I like them, then they'll be no, honey. It's a psychology fact. You know, when you're giving people less interest and really just on your boss energy, it makes people more attracted to you. It makes them want to be dedicated to you, or whatever the case may be. So like I said, loving yourself is the best gift that you can give yourself and to the world. You won't go wrong being in this energy. Oops, sorry, baby. So yeah, some of y'all could literally be stepping into your power. Even if you're still attached to certain people, it's like you're choosing yourself. And if you know that that's not the case, then you're being encouraged to do those things. Hi. Yeah. How are you, Bess? This girl is funny. Yeah, that's the only reason why you probably be confused about certain things, distracted by certain things. You're the prize, honey. None of that matters. So you need to water your personal garden, okay? You need to tend to yourself so that you can attract the right people and so that you can build healthier, more stable connections, right? And I feel like that's literally what you guys are doing. Maybe you just don't see it yet. Maybe you're still kind of self-criticizing yourself, or maybe that's literally your energy and you got some decisions that you need to make that's kind of difficult or stressful. Maybe it's because you don't want to make a choice that you know you need to make. Like, for instance, if you're being encouraged to cut somebody off and it's not something that you want to do, but in reality, maybe you may connect back with these people later on, or maybe not, and that's going to be fine. And eventually you're going to get over it, because when you start stepping more into your power, you're going to realize, ew, well, did I just really settle for that? You know, like the exes you had, you probably like, disgusting. I can't believe me. Okay, period. Thank you, Bess. So do you, honey. Okay, yeah. You guys are attracting somebody that's going to match you, that's going to really know, you know, like the energy of love language. They're going to know what's wrong. They're going to know how to fix it. They're going to know what you want, even when you don't say what you want. Beautiful. And this, I feel like that you're going to even be attracting friend groups, right? This can even just be celebration. Okay, getting your social life back together. Don't worry, everything is going to come together, but first, you're the most important thing, okay? You can't be out here not really fully in your power and steady trying to navigate in the world. So step into that power, honey. You're going to be really, really happy. What you want may not be what you need right now. What you need may not be what you want, but if you just shift your perspective and know that this is winning and that you will continue to win as long as you don't skip that first step, which is tending to self, inner child healing, shadow work, self-care, self-love. Everything else will follow. True love, wealth, health, abundance. I'm telling you. The social life or friendships. Because, I mean, we all could use some good friends, right? A partner that is emotionally mature and healed, just like you are, or working on becoming. I'm seeing two or more people coming out in your spread, and like I said, that energy can also be you. Thank you for your feedback, honey. Okay. Don Toliver is very significant. His song's been playing back to back. So the state, Texas, city, Houston, may be significant. Damn. Try not to break my nail. Yeah, if something seems kind of difficult to do, right? Maybe you should try it in a different way, especially if you're called to do something. That's all it be taking. Thank you, honey. Yes, Texas, honey. All right, what else is the message here for the collective? In slow and steady winds, the raised, calm, grounded energy is necessary. So most definitely, stepping into your power will put you in that energy. Maybe experiencing some type of awakening, maybe coming back into sense of self or feeling good again in the world. I lost my train of thought because I started saying all this other stuff. Can't even remember. Here's my message for the collective. Look, rejuvenating rain. I'm getting the energy that the rain can heal you, like nature can heal you. Any elements, right? Connecting with fire, connecting with water, connecting with the earth. The sun especially. Get your vitamin D, okay? Now, it says, clear the past, heal the present. Yes, honey. Clear the past, heal the present. This reminds me of the star card. And it's funny because the star card was something that crossed my eyes. It didn't necessarily come out, but that was the inspiration of the message in the first place. All right, look, in the flow. Little do you know you're in the flow. Stop being so hard on yourself. Stop. You know how people think? You know how people be like, oh my gosh, I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to work on myself. Have you not been working on yourself this whole time? Like, sometimes you got to be that friend to yourself. You know how you would be so encouraging to another person, loving to another person. If they say something harsh about themselves, you will be like, nuh-uh, baby, what you talking about? And you'll probably just give, you know. So it's like, do that for yourself, right? Because we can be our worst critics. Your spiritual team is really proud of you. It says everything is smooth sailing. So there's really nothing to worry about. Everything is going smooth. Virgo energy, Aquarius. You can have this in your chart, or just those energies can be significant. So Virgo can tie to highly detailed, right? Capability. You're very capable. You could be a very detailed person, or there's something that you can apply that in many ways, right? Maybe like being attentive to something, focusing in on something, or self. And then Aquarius was the other energy, which can tie to independence and idealistic. Some of you guys can be an emotional idealist. Yeah, period. So you're stepping into your independence, you're embodying independence. It may look different for everyone, but when you're just now changing things up and doing things differently than you did before, it may not seem like all the time you're in that energy, but you are. You are. And for those of you who know, I could be a little bit more independent, then of course you're encouraged to step into that energy, right? Way too deep. Yeah. Some of y'all need to pull away from something because this way too in deep caught my attention. Remember, we going back to the highly detailed energy. Maybe focus in on the things that you may overlook. Then I see the planet Neptune, which can tie to ideas. I can't even think. Compassion, forgiving. Neptune. Damn, what's the other one? Child, I can't think. Gnats, insects could be significant. If you missed the beginning of this message and may not stick around for the ending, this video will be reposted on my YouTube. So you can just click the link in my bio, and that's where all my platforms and stuff is. All right, we got passion and pleasure. Savor your life. If you're not doing things that you love, if you're not literally feeling pleased in life, honey, you're doing something wrong, okay? I'm trying to tell you. So if it has something to do with you being in your head all the time, we can't be doing all that, all right? That's what I'm saying. You got to tackle the things that you know you need to tackle. Yes, Miss Vez. Thank you, honey. Okay. For the collective. And I'm also getting the energy like a lot of you guys could be very generous, right? You could be very giving, you could be very loving. Like, don't ever feel like I need to change this, because nobody is reciprocating this energy. Be mindful that that's who you are. So don't ever change who you are because of the circumstances of life, right? And also allow people to tend to you as well. Like, accept compliments, accept gifts, let people do things for you, like whatever it may be. Okay, and I ain't saying if somebody want to take you on a date, be, you know, okay, I want to go on the date. No. Okay, be in this high value energy. Everybody can't get to you. Everybody can't, you know what I'm saying, see what you're about. Be that mystery, because you are that, right? Because I know sometimes when you maneuvering through the world and your parents and grandparents, they didn't break generational curses, and you're the generational curse breaker, and then you got society around following trends and stuff like that. It's like, remain true to yourself. Anything that's uncomfortable, and I'm not talking about change, right? Anything that just seems like it's just not you, don't indulge, honey. Don't indulge just because people talking about it's cute or it's trending. And oh, like I know this lady, she became really famous for some of the things that she talked about. Shira 7 or something like that. And when I was listening to her, I'm like, why does everybody keep making people famous? Like, and then I understand that they connect with people for a reason, you know? So I don't judge, and I also don't project. Let them live their life how they gonna live it. But be mindful of projections upon you as well. That's not really what I was trying to say, but that just popped up in my head. So do be mindful. If your mind is a bit fragile at this moment, to where you can just receive a lot of information that you really don't like. It's given observe, right? When it comes to relationships, when it comes to strangers or the world itself, when it comes to what you're intaking, just observe, don't attach, right? When it comes to your relationships, don't, I'm telling you, pull back a bit. Look, it says simplify your life. It says traveling lightly. Yes, honey. Thursday could be very significant. Trusting yourself as well. Like, I'm getting inspired action. When you feel like inspired to do something, or when your intuition is telling you to do this and go that way, don't go that way, do it, honey. And just simplify your life. There's no need to overthink things. There's no need to do any of that. Because if a lesson needs to be learned, it needs to be learned. But remind you, when it comes to change, growth can happen anyway. Freedom can happen. An awakening can happen. Pay attention to the signs that you get as well, because a lot of things can be like the key to something. It can probably unlock something in your brain. Maybe even when you come across a live or a post. And I'm telling you, because a lot of times it doesn't necessarily have to be in person where you receive things. It can even be like online communities. But once again, everything that you need is already within. So if you still feeling like, oh, there's something else that I need that I have to obtain outside of self, I'm telling you right now, it's really not the case. So that's why the main message is to really get back into who you are, which you really never got to do, you know? Because you probably was raised on fear, addictions, egotism, restriction, materialism, you know? But y'all are queens, kings, gods, goddesses, empress, emperors. You're leaving the prince and princess energy. You're gaining the wisdom that you need based on your experiences. So you really got this. You got this, honey. Whatever needs to be obtained outside of yourself, you'll come across it, but at the same time, it's not needed. You know what I'm saying? You're already a very intellectual person. And wisdom is different from intellect, but I just got to throw in, you're very intellectual. Have a refined intellect. And the wisdom is there, obviously. How old are you? You have wisdom, okay? So I'm saying, okay. Yeah, enjoy the journey. All right? Go this way, go that way, go that way, go this way. Like, just enjoy, experience, explore, wonder, okay? Release insecurity, honey. Release insecurity. You got to reach for the stars. Yeah, angel number 111 is very significant. Angel number 10. For the fight you started, you knew the house was burning down. I had to get out. Period. Yep, you're overcoming obstacles. It's like all the things that was meant to tarnish your character, take that smile up off your face. It's still there, okay? Even deep down, like sometimes you can't allow yourself to get into a depressed state, in a stressed state. You create your reality. You can prevent becoming depressed, stressed, etc. So play it smart as well. Like if you're connecting with people, especially romantically, and you know you're this emotional idolist and it's hopeless romantic, you don't need to be connecting with nobody that's not on your level, that still need to heal and all that, because they gonna disappoint you, okay? So just for the fires you started. And if anybody tried to get into your head, right, gaslighting, projecting, don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. All right, peaches or boulders could be significant. Ooh, what's that? What is that? It's during primordial times or something like that. I don't know why I'm thinking of King Arthur, but I was watching Charmed a while ago, and they did this little skit or play to where they were talking about some type of king or prince or whatever the case may be. And it was like a sword stuck in something, and only the person that was able to take out the sword was the person that was meant to handle and carry the sword. But I can't think of the name. But that's very significant, okay? If your life, your purpose, if you believe in purpose, like I'm not here to project on you. If you don't believe in purpose, then it don't exist, honey. But if you do, like it's something like you're meant for something, you're made for something. Only you can accomplish something or do something. But look, it says you can overcome anything. You can overcome anything. All right, so take a risk and venture forward. If you fall, you fall. Know you're gonna get back up. If you bump your head, know you're gonna learn the lesson. Like that's what I mean, like regardless. And then at the same time, it don't just have to be that. It can be literally, like I said, y'all are very lucky. So you can come across something and just really become lucky, honey. You see how people go outside and they can find like a bankroll on the ground. I claim. No, I'm playing. Okay. But yeah, for sure. Purify. It says purification activates vibrant life force. So purify, cleanse your energy, cleanse your space, take the spiritual baths, whatever is necessary. All right? Because, baby, miracles are about to happen. And also expect miracles. Okay? Once again, stop being negative. All right? Because once again, if we create our reality based on our own beliefs, thoughts, actions. So anything that's negative is false, right? Fear is only an illusion, right? Nothing can harm you, nothing can hurt you. You've already been at your lowest point in time. There's nothing that can ever take you back there, right? All right. Period. That's basically what I'm seeing. I'm trying to see what other deck I wanted to use. I'm about to get ready to get off of here. I know my phone is probably going to ring in a little bit because I set an alarm for 6:15 and it's 6:13. I didn't know I was gonna get up, so don't mind. My bad. Okay, don't mind it. Okay. Check it. Okay. Any more messages? Yes, completion. Thank you, honey. I remember that episode. Period. Yeah, Charms is very significant as a show. So you guys are completing things. You're closing out a cycle. You're closing out a chapter. I feel like that's because you come into some type of awakening that maybe you know is going to bring you happiness. Maybe something was just illuminated to you. Some of you guys could be pregnant. Maybe that's something that helps you get into this energy. Or maybe just you being who you are. Okay? Your personality, it's not a personality of a black aura or being uninspired or whatever I'm trying to say, honey. You're this very optimistic, empowered, strong individual, brave. So being in the opposite would just not be who you are. That's why I tell people, in order to step into authenticity, healing is necessary. Because imagine being a person that's still triggered, unhealed. Obviously and clearly you're not responding in the way that you would respond in if your experiences didn't really happen, right? So once again, remember we talked about healing from the past. I can't think of the card. I put the cards up. That's crazy. Yeah, support is all around you guys. I feel like you need to believe in magic again. Obviously, magic exists, right? It's a magical world. It's a magical world. What helps me remind myself of this is when I tell myself, how did the first person ever become created? Of course, the religious people got an answer for it, okay? But besides that, I'm just like, yo, how? If we're living in the reality where in order to create a human, you have to have sexual relations, and that takes two, right? So I'm like, what helps me remind myself that the world is a magical place is all the miraculous things that be happening, and also that main question: how the hell was the first person created? You know, in case you need a little help going back to that, because if you're most definitely a person that's no longer religious, then you probably have this rude awakening that something was false, or whatever the case may be, which can really hinder you. So I would say, instead of becoming all drastic with a lot of things, right, that can actually be detrimental to you. I mean, if you already experienced that, then you've already experienced that, and you're probably trying to work your way out of that. But if you still have time before going through that, then you can just shift it calmly, softly, ease into it, right? And say, maybe this is other people's opinions. Excuse me, their stories, you know, because you know how you can hear people say, I died, I seen God, or whatever. It's their own personal experience and journey. So you can just, like, you know, because I remember when, like me, if you're like a hasty thinker and whatever pops up in your head and you just cling to that, that's why I wanted to tell you guys, like, observe, don't attach. That was very detrimental to me, because I ended up, I don't know, child, just a world of confusion after. A long journey of it too. Years. So, and then I'm also getting the energy, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Once again, if you have a negative mind and you got fear written all over your body, then every time something presents itself to you, you may look at it like cautious, or, oh, this may mean this in the, you know, negative way possible. So once again, deprogram to reprogram. Pessimism does not live here. We already know that it only exists because of your experiences. If you recall back when you were younger, you never were scared of anything. You never, people included, you never lacked self-confidence. So find that joy again. Get back creative. Come into loving yourself once and for all. Therefore, when you actually have kids, adoption, or whatever, then you can actually, like, the world can start becoming like this better place. I feel like it's already becoming a better place because the generational curse breakers that are here. But when you start off as a kid all the way up to adult form, and you don't have any issues with, you know, parents and all this other stuff, it's even more better, right? A lot of you all had the issues with the parents, with the grandparents, with the society, etc. So sweet, sweet name. Yes, honey. Her name is Her, okay? It's giving you her or him. Gender fluid, by all means. Then I'm hearing it's the aesthetic. She said, have mercy. Some of you guys could be religious or come from a religious background. Maybe you're changing your path. This path ain't for the weak, honey. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you already believed in something. Especially something like religion. As a kid. So, But this is your life. Life is what you make it. And then if you got to bump your head, just bump your head. Be mindful that there's no finish line to growth. You're always evolving. All right? But if you don't believe that, you don't have to. Once again, I don't like projecting on people. My knowing or beliefs, whatever, is mine. If you don't, you know, only take what resonates for you. All right? But some of you guys are making choices. Okay, child, this is too loud. I was trying to ignore it, but it's kind of loud. Hello? Yes. All right. All right, you guys, I have to go in a second. All right, you may be deciding to stay somewhere, leave somewhere, whether it's a place, a person, whatever. You may be creating a plan, and you're encouraged to, because this is going to help avoid apathy, disappointment, regret, even boredom. You may be trying to hold on to them finances, honey. You penny pinching. It's smart to save, but remember you're abundant. Release the negative thoughts, release the fears, release the restrictions. Get out of your head. Ooh. Yeah, some of y'all may be holding on to something. Maybe your intuition is telling you there's potential here, but at the end of the day, individually, you all have to be healed and find balance and have this emotional maturity. So the love is there, but that don't mean that the healing and the everything else, that has to be there. Somebody may be choosing you, you may be choosing them. And for some of y'all, if you hella single, then this could just be future energy, promising love life, right? But at the end of the day, ooh, and soulmate energy. Temperance can tie to soulmates, harmonious relationships. So yeah, in order to attract harmonious relationships, soulmate energies, friendships, all that, you have to be in the best energy possible. And if you're in the best energy possible, you'll be able to see if other people are in that energy as well. And some people will just give you the ick. Ugh, you don't need to be around here. You don't need to be around me. Okay? No hate, no shunning, no opposite of love, right? But it's your life. You're the main character of your life. And if you don't want people around who just don't, you know, just not in that energy, then I promise you, God or whomever you believe in is commending you. Don't let other people make you cling to their own personal beliefs and say, just give them a chance, just da-da-da. Like, it's fine to give people chances, but at the same time, did people have to give you a chance? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I'm waiting for your touch. Okay, yes, honey. But look, don't worry, it'll come. The love, the family. You're with this Four of Wands here. I already see that you're able to build on solid foundation. But since this message was mainly about self and not necessarily another person, which tarot is very broad, it could have been read in that way if I wanted to read it in that way, but I chose to go with this way instead. Which is better, okay? Because in order to be with somebody anyway, you got to tend to self. You can't really love other people until you love yourself. Because then the insecurities and the jealousy and the addictions, that's going to kick in. Trust, okay? So yeah, be in your power, remain in your power. The people can wait. The people can wait, honey. Just like when the queen is coming to the party and she's a little late, trust me, honey, they ain't going nowhere. They can't wait to see the queen. Yes, because I'm telling you, can people keep a smile on your face? Hell no. Can people who unhealed keep a smile on your face? Hell no. So you got to give all these things to yourself. You got to already be happy within. A person cannot make you happy. Possessions, material things cannot. Shit, master degrees can't make you. I'm telling you. But I love you guys. Release internal conflict, okay? I'm going to be getting off of here and I will see you in the next video. If you ever want to get any type of readings, mentorships, life coaching sessions, also have child services for kids, you know. Bye, honey. You too. A lot more stuff. If you don't really know what I do, you can schedule a free consultation. I also have reviews. I keep forgetting to tell people to leave reviews on my account. So you will probably see reviews that's probably like months or a year older. But yeah, if you guys want to also go on my website and leave a review for the collective messages, you can do that. All right, but yeah, if I'm off live and you want to get a reading or anything like that, you can just DM me. Everybody's able to message me. You guys are so welcome. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the follows, honey, and the likes. I appreciate it. All right, but I will see you guys later. What's this song called? It's Significant. Pour that deuce in my lemonade. Something about lean, honey. I'm telling you that Houston, Texas. I'm telling you, because you know that's where it really originated from. Slip, sip, slow, man. I said slip. Slip. Don't be slipping. Don't be slipping. But all right, I'm gonna see you guys later, okay? Don't forget, message me if you want to get on the list.